Today, we are looking at the top 10 saddest moments in Avengers Endgame. This movie touched the hearts of millions of fans across the globe, summing up the MCU in the 3 hours. Warning, major spoilers ahead. You have been warned. Ant-Man's family reunion. This scene, although it wasn't the saddest, it was very emotional to see if Scott's family had disappeared into the void of the Mad Titan. The suspense to see whether or not his family survived probably would have made many Ant-Man fans emotional. To recap, Scott gets stuck in the quantum realm at the end of Infinity War, when the scientists who were meant to pull him out disappeared from Thanos. Ant-Man was a very important character in Endgame, in which educated the Avengers in using the quantum realm to time travel. Number 9. The Ronin. At the beginning of Avengers, we learn that when Natasha Romanoff goes to recruit Clint Barton in taking part in reversing Thanos' footsteps, we learn that he's taken a darker path, killing anyone he can find who seems evil. This is probably because he's annoyed that they got to live from Thanos' clicking his fingers when his family didn't. Number 8. I Love You 3000. This scene was truly devastating. Little did we know at the beginning it would be the final time Iron Man or Tony Stark ever uses these words. If we thought we already didn't know about Tony Stark's relationship with his family, this scene really did it. Learning that Stark didn't lose any of his family at the disappearance of half the world, and when Iron Man ends up dying to bring everyone back, it really upset the entire theatre. The Savior, Captain Marvel. At the beginning of the movie, we learn that Tony Stark is still on board of the ship with Nebula, at the point we left off from in Infinity War. When it seems like all hope is lost, and Stark mutters his final words to his helmet, Captain Marvel shows up, saving the day and rescuing both Stark and Nebula with a much-needed reunion with his family. Number 6. Asgard. In this scene, Thor returns to Asgard, of course using the quantum realm to go back in time, and sees his mother, along with Loki, for the final time. This scene is devastating, as we can feel all of Thor's pain as he speaks to his mother for the final time, who learns almost immediately that he is travelling in time. As if Asgard blowing up wasn't enough for the old and slightly overweight god, this surely did it. Captain America and his love. When the Avengers save the world, of course, once again the Infinity Stones require being put back into their rightful locations. Captain America steps forward and does the deed. Seconds later, when Hulk attempts to rescue Captain from the realm, he does not return. After a few minutes of panic, we see a bench overlooking the water, and the person sitting on it is Captain America. Although we should feel happy for Captain America, he got back together with the love of his life, I'm sure we all feel empty knowing we'll never get another Captain America in the movies. Number 4. Spider-Man and Iron Man reunion. We all know that the events of Infinity War were harsh on Tony. He lost Peter Parker, who he was previously mentoring and being there for. He was almost like a father figure for the 15-year-old. We also assume that it was Peter Parker who was one of the people Tony wanted to save from Thanos. He wanted to avenge them, and that encouraged him to help the rest of the Avengers in reversing the events and using time travel. The reunion between the two of them was very upsetting for everyone, especially as right after this reunion, Tony Stark loses his life. The Avengers' final fight. Although this scene is not awfully upsetting, it is most certainly emotional and leaves an impact on the audience. When Captain America mutters the words, "Avengers, assemble," we know what is about to go down and that lives are sure to be lost. I have to say, this is probably my favourite and most emotional scene in Marvel history, and although it is not the saddest, I just had to include it.
Is that everyone? What, you wanted more?
you doing? Oh, this is nice.
Number 2. Black Widow's death. Black Widow's death was heartbreaking. Watching her thrust her body off of the cliff in order for Hawkeye to receive the Soul Stone was a pure act of sacrifice for the good of the team. Her death was probably one of the saddest scenes in Endgame, if not the entire MCU. Let me know what you thought of it down below. Number 1. Iron Man's death. You knew it was coming. Honestly, I don't think a single person came out of the theater without a tear in their eye. This heart-crushing scene shook the entire MCU fanbase. Iron Man, the legend who started it all, dead. It feels impossible to comprehend what happened, although at the end of the day, it was worth it. Stark saved everyone, and without him, Thanos would have taken over the world and again killed half the population. Anyway, I'll let you finish watching the clip.
We won. Mr. Stark. We won, Mr. Stark. Hey, Tony. Look at me. We're gonna be okay.
They're the 10 saddest scenes in Endgame. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you want to see more Marvel videos like this one. Tell me what you thought of my list and how you would change it in your opinion. Of course, this was all just what I thought of Endgame. You may have a totally different opinion than me, but that's really it. I'll see you later.